What's going on, miners? Today we're going to be talking about what it looks like when somebody is renting your Vast rig and how to check some of these things. So let's get right into it. All right, guys, it's Sunday morning and somebody just rented my dual 3080 rig on Vast. So I just figured I'd ship the video right now since I could show you things that are being currently used, and hopefully as I'm talking, he doesn't just drop it off, and this way we can catch some of the stuff that is being used. So the first thing we have here is we ran sudo docker ps, and this is thanks to Mr. Second TL. I will leave a link down below for Mr. Second TL's video. He is pretty well versed in Docker. So anyways, the person on this particular rig is running Jupyter. So this is the Docker instance that he's running, NVIDIA CUDA 12.0.1 develop Ubuntu Jupyter. So let's go ahead and let's see what he's using on my GPUs. So here are my GPUs right now, and as you can see, they are at 100%. They are getting hammered right now. The bad part about this, how this Epic board is I have, is that I can't space them out enough, so I have to figure out another solution, because one is getting too hot. It's at 89C, which is why this one is throttled a little bit down to 1445 on the core clock and stuff like that, and that's why the wattage is pulled down to 268, and this one over here is at 319. They are directly right next to each other, slot to slot, so I may have to use some ribbon cables and stuff like that to spread them out. So obviously the one that's up against the back of the other is generating and putting more heat on it, which is not great. So it is what it is. Or I might just need to repaste this one, because they are close together, and one of them is at 67C and the other one's at 89C. So I have been mining on these for a little while, so maybe it's time to repaste these. But so far you can see he's using 100% of both of the GPUs. He's using 8.5 gigs of VRAM on each one, and he is just totally hammering these GPUs. Now, in order to get to this, you will do, you need to install a, I'll go over everything at the end when I installed, because I want to show you guys what he's using before he quits using it. So I'm going to bring up the next window here, which is going to show us exactly all the other resources he's using and what else is running currently on my what's currently running on the rig besides the GPUs. So currently right now he's not really using any of the RAM. There's 64 gigs total. He's only using 3 gigs currently right now, so he's not using any RAM whatsoever. So not a big deal there. The Docker itself, he's not using that much at all either. He's only using 3% of the 1 terabyte. He's only using 31.5 gigs. So once again, not a whole lot of space he's consumed so far. It looks like I've downloaded a total of 24 gigabytes of data I've downloaded to the machine, and I've uploaded 7 gigabytes so far, but I think that's collectively all together. I don't know if that's for just this instance for today. So I think it's collectively throughout the entire time I've had the rig set up. As you can see, he's hammering half the CPU right now. He is just crashing the Epic right now. It's about at 66%. Most of the cores are at 100%, while the other cores are at 30%. So, and as you can see, I have some fan curves I set here. So you can see here all the programs that are running in the background and how many threads they're consuming, how much memory it's consuming. What the biggest uses here is xmrig 6.20.0. I wonder if he's mining on this as well. That would be interesting. Be very, very interesting, right? So now that we've kind of seen some of the stuff that you could check to see what's running on your stuff, and you could see this guy is totally just he's hitting the Epic, he's hitting the GPUs, he's using everything right now. I have a 1300 watt power supply on this system, so it's more than enough to handle the system. But it does look like I may need to repaste said GPU here. Looks like she's thermal throttling, I think, a little bit. So it looks like GPU 0 may need to go in for a repaste. What are these that we use in order to get all of these things up so that we could actually see all these things? Okay, so before we get into figuring out another one, how to set all these up, I did run a different overview, and as you can see here, he's running XMM rig Ghost Rider, and he is mining a particular coin right here. So very, very interesting. You can even see the user and the wallet, and he's mining to ghostrider.mine.zerg pool. So he is CPU mining while using Jupyter. Very interesting. Okay, so let's get into some of these commands, and let's go ahead and let's talk about what these are and how you guys can use these. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to be doing is we need to if you guys just did your guys' Vast install and you want to install some of these tools, the first one that so we'll get into the first one is just to be able to see what is in the Docker, and this is thanks to SecondTL because I didn't know this command. So like I said, be sure to go check them out. So it's going to be sudo docker ps, okay, and then this is going to spit out what Docker they're actually running. It'll tell you what ports they're using. It'll tell you what the uptime it is, when it was created, how long it's been up for, all this other information that you guys can use. So the next one that I used is going to be sudo apt install htop. It'll probably it's going to spit back that it's already installed. So it will, and obviously it says I've already installed it, but that's what you guys would run is sudo apt install htop, and then you would type just htop. Okay, and this is the one where it's going to, now up here is going to show you all the cores and threads that are being used, okay? And then down here, it's going to show you what is currently running in the background for all the threads and stuff like that. So this is another useful tool. So this is htop. Okay, the next tool that we're going to use is we're going to use bpytop. So you're going to do a sudo apt install pip. And technically, Python should already be installed with Vast. And then after that, you're going to do a sudo pip install bpytop. And it's already going to spit it out that it's already installed, but you could just, it says it's already exists. It's already there. And then when you want to use bpytop, you're going to type bpytop. And this is the one that's going to show you a few more details, and it's a lot cleaner and easier to read. But the reason I like the htop is that I'm able to read all of that mining stuff that we were looking at before, which it's kind of harder to read on this one because you're looking at so many other things. So this one gives you more detailed on the RAM usage, the upload and download, as well as cores and threads, and current things that are running in the background, right? So really, really good. Another good tool. And this is, once again, bpytop. Now, the last one and final one is going to be the one that we use to look at the GPU usage. And it's going to be sudo apt install nvtop. And obviously, it's going to say that it's already installed. But that's the command that you guys would type in order to get nvtop. And then to use nvtop, you do nvtop. And now we'll be able to see the GPU usage and all that other stuff. And as you can see, he's still hammering everything away right now. So, and you can see that everything is marked in colors here. So Blue and pink up here is the GPU usage. The yellow and green is the amount of memory from each one. So yellow is for GPU 0, blue is for GPU 0. You know what I mean? So you just index this chart right here. As well as pay close attention to this because he's mining with these GPUs. And this is why it's getting too hot. He is mining. I didn't pay attention to the line down here, but he is mining Nexa. You can see it right here. He's using LOL Miner, Nexa, Wooly Pulley, and this is his wallet address right here. So he's mining. He's mining. He's CPU mining as well as GPU mining on my cards. I don't understand why people would mine with this. This doesn't make any sense to me unless he's in a place of the world where power is really expensive, right? And I know there's some people in Europe who pay like 50 cents or $1 a kilowatt hour, right? So this, I guess, would be less expensive for them to use a service like this than to directly mine themselves. So all we're seeing here is a bunch of mining. We are on Vast.ai and people are mining on our rig at full tilt. So yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Well, if you look at that, these guys are just a bunch of GPU and CPU miners that are just renting my rig from Vast. Now, that's not always the case. So I have had stable diffusion. I've had actual like AI stuff also being ran on this particular on any one of my AI rigs, but it does look like the 3080s are totally getting hammed right now for mining. So, but I hope the tools are useful. I use HTOP a lot when I was using Linux, and thank you Second TL once again for showing the Docker and the BPY top and MV top. I will leave a link down below for Mr. Second TL Mining. Be sure to go check out his channel. Great content creator. All right, guys, this is the Mining King giving you the most hashes, and I'll see you next time.